Alright gang, today we're going to go over slap shot and a couple tips and pointers to help you get the most accuracy and power out of your shot every time. So, the very first thing we are going to touch point on is how to hold our stick in our hands to be able to set ourselves up for this good slap shot. Alright, so what we're going to end up doing is if we just hold our stick like we normally do for stick handling, facing the boards like an NHL creative player, what we're going to do is we're going to take that stick and we're going to rotate it over in our hands. So now the palms of my hands are pushing into the back side of the stick. This is going to allow me to load that stick up with a lot more energy and be able to release that energy, giving us a hard slap shot. Just like so. You'll know you're doing this correctly when you go to wind up your shot. The power or the forehand side of your blade should be facing down towards the ice. If it's not, and it's facing sky high like this, you know you need to adjust your grip. Also, you'll know you're doing this correctly when you go to follow through with your shot. The toe of your blade of your stick should be the first thing that contacts the ice when you're doing your follow through. Once again, this is going to allow you to load up the shaft of your stick with energy to have it released later on in the shot. Next, another big key point is going to be your hips. My hips always open up towards the target to give you the maximum amount of power and accuracy. A good way to put this or mention this is when I go to take that shot, I like to do a big old T-push, pointing that front toe forward, and that will always allow my hips to open up towards the net. This will give me a lot more accurate shot and also allow me to follow through. So my hips, they're facing the camera now. If I'm shooting towards the net, I want them to open up towards the net, just like so. So when I get down into my stance, I'm going to get down. I'm going to lean back, load up that back leg, and I'm going to follow through with my hips facing the target. Alright, next up is going to be weight transfer. So this is huge. I want to be able to load up that back leg with a lot of potential energy, and when I follow through, I want to transfer that weight over to the front leg and follow through. You can see that momentum has actually carried me to slide forward. So the weight comes back onto the back leg. We're not going up and down, we're going back to front. So I'm transferring that weight from my back leg when I follow through with my shot over to my front leg. This is once again going to help you load up that energy into the stick. Alright, lastly, we're going to talk about puck position. So if that puck is too far back in my stance, I'm going to have a hard time following through when I go to make that shot. This is too far back. So what I'd have to do is I have to adjust, come back, lose my momentum, and then try and take the shot. So a good rule of thumb is it's always better to have the puck too far forward than too far back. So if the puck's too far forward, just like so, when I go to set up my shot, that's no problem. I can just take a farther lunge forward and delay that follow through to get that shot off. So good rule of thumb, always good to have the puck too far forward than too far back. Now, ideally where I would like to have the puck one time or just stationary if I stop the puck is going to be almost similar to golf. I would like it a little bit forward in my stance, right by my front foot, right by the heel, I'd say. So we take that puck, we're just going to bring her up forward, just slightly forward in my stance. Right around there. Now something that's overlooked by quite a few people is how far in should the puck be? How close should it be to my body? So a great way to think about this is if I get in my hockey stance and I bend over the puck and I look straight down, my eyes should be lined up with the puck. Then I know the puck is in nice and close. If that puck is too far away from my body and I'm trying to do a slap shot, it's going to be very, very hard for me to use my body weight to load up that stick with energy to release it. So we want to hold that puck in nice and tight, so when I get into my hockey stance, I'm able to look down and my eyes are right over top. This is going to set me up into a really good slap shot position. So when I do load up that shot and I follow through, I'm able to drop that body weight right into the puck. So in the end, this should kind of be how the shot looks. So you can see the blade facing down, toe connected to the ice first. Excellent. Next up, you want to make sure those hips are opened up. You can see by doing a big T-push, my hips end up facing my target. Fantastic. And my weight transfer. So the weight transfer is huge. I go back, and I'm going to push forward, leaning over top of my front foot, following through for a nice, hard slap shot. Excellent.